Okay, so we're going to look at, what is this, number 20? Yeah, number 20 from the review. This is going to be a difference of squares. 9x squared minus 5, 9x squared plus 5. So it's going to be the traditional double distribution. All right, that's going to give us 81 x to the fourth. Now here, because one of these is a minus 5, the other is a plus 5, I actually don't even have to worry about doing this one right here and that one right there. I can kind of skip over those. This is going to give me 45x squared. That'll give me negative 45x squared. And then they cancel each other out because one was positive, the other was negative. And then the last is negative 5 times positive 5. So that's negative 25. Bam. That's it. All right, the next one, that one's going to take a little bit of a work. All right, so 4x plus 6 all squared. So I need to apply my exponent first. So it's going to be 4, and then an x plus 6, x plus 6. Okay, so we'll multiply this thing all the way out. So I'm just going to hold on to that 4 until the very end. So that'll be x squared, x times 6, that'll be 6x. 6 and an x, that'll be another 6x. And then the last one is 6 times 6, 36. All right, combine those in the middle. That's going to give you 12x. And then we just got to distribute that 4 at the end. So this will be 4x squared plus 48x. And then 4 times 36, that'll be 144. That's all. Cool. All right. Next one. Kind of a long one. All right, this next one is going to be 6x minus 3. 6x minus 3. X minus 8. And we have to subtract off the whole 2x plus 1, 2x minus 1, which is another difference of squares, thankfully. All right, so distribute. That's 6x squared. This one's going to give us negative 48. This one's going to give us negative 3. So if you have a negative 48 and a negative 3, that's going to give you negative 51x. All right, and then the last bit is going to be negative 3 times negative 8, which is positive 24. Okay, when we're doing this, we need to subtract. All right, and I'm going to wrap this in, I'm going to keep this in parentheses because we need to subtract all of whatever this is. All right, so if you don't put the parentheses here, you might end up getting it wrong because without the parentheses, you're only subtracting like the first thing you write here. But with the parentheses, you'll end up subtracting the whole thing, which is good. We want that. All right, difference of squares, it's going to be 4x squared and then minus 1. Again, that one and that one, they're going to cancel each other out, so you don't have to write them. All right, distribute your negative. So 6x squared minus 4x squared is 2x squared minus 51x. And then you've got a negative and a negative 1. That'll make it a plus 1. So you wind up with a positive 25, 24, and then you're subtracting a negative 1. So it becomes a positive 1. 23. Ooh, this one. A couple of ways you could do this one. So I write down all 3 terms. And then x plus 1. So you could rearrange these any way that you want to and then do all the multiplication. But you basically can pick out, either multiply these two and then take that answer and multiply it by this one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply these two. And then I'm going to take the 3x minus 2 and multiply it by whatever I get for those. So it's going to be x squared. This is going to give me a negative 5x, and then a positive 1x, which is a negative 4x. Right? And then positive 1 times negative 5 is a negative 5. And then now it's going to end up being a bunch of distribution here, the last step, because we got to do 3x plus 2 distributed to each term. 3x times x squared is going to be 3x to the third power. 3x times 4x will be 12x squared. And then 3x times 5 will be negative 15x. All right, and now I got to do the negative 2 times each of these. All right, it'll be negative 2x squared. Negative 2 times negative 4 will be positive 8x. And then negative 2 times negative 5 will be positive 10. All right, combine your like terms. 3x to the third. All right, that one and that one. That's going to give us negative 14x squared. And then we've got negative 15 and positive 8. That's going to give us negative 7. And then we still have that plus 10 there. All right. That's a review of simplifying the polynomials.